According to medical research by the American Health Institute, over 37 million people in America have chronic kidney disease. Whether you're dealing with kidney problems or simply want to keep your kidneys healthy, this video is for you. Your diet can impact your kidney health, either harming or helping it. Welcome to our channel, where we explore nutrition science and share tips for healthier living. Today, we're going on a food journey that could change how you see your meals and, more importantly, your kidneys. Taking care of our health is important, and our kidneys play a major role in keeping us healthy. These organs work hard to clean our blood, balance fluids, and maintain electrolyte levels. But with busy lives, we sometimes forget about them until they cause trouble. What if you could support your kidneys right from your kitchen? That's right, today, we're sharing 7 essential foods that help heal and protect your kidneys. From garlic's anti-inflammatory benefits to blueberries' kidney support, we've got it all covered. These 7 foods are full of nutrients that enhance kidney function and overall health. So be sure to take notes because these foods are game changers. Are you ready to learn how these everyday ingredients to improve your health? And if you're enjoying the tips, subscribe to our channel to join our community of health enthusiasts who strive to live their best lives. Let's get started. 1. Turmeric. Turmeric is a vibrant yellow spice used around the world, not only to enhance the flavor of dishes, but also because it's great for your health. This is mainly due to a compound called curcumin, which gives turmeric its bright color. Curcumin has many health benefits, particularly for maintaining healthy kidneys. Kidneys are vital for filtering waste from your blood, but they can become damaged by too much inflammation and oxidative stress from free radicals. This is where turmeric plays a protective role. The curcumin in turmeric fights inflammation and counters free radicals, helping to protect your kidneys. Research indicates that curcumin can also promote healthy blood vessels. This is important because healthy blood vessels help manage blood pressure and prevent blood clots, which can lead to kidney problems. Additionally, curcumin may reduce protein in urine, a common sign of kidney disease, helping your kidneys function better. Incorporating turmeric into your diet is easy. It adds flavor and color to meals. You can blend it into smoothies, soups, and curries for a health boost. Golden milk, made by mixing turmeric with milk and a pinch of black pepper, can also boost your intake of curcumin. Black pepper helps your body absorb curcumin better. Turmeric can also be sprinkled on roasted vegetables and used in dressings and marinades for added flavor and color. Beyond supporting your kidneys, turmeric can also help lower the risk of heart disease, improve brain function, and relieve arthritis pain. This spice is a true superfood, benefiting multiple aspects of your health. However, if you're taking certain medications such as blood thinners or stomach acid reducers, be cautious because turmeric can interact with them. If you have health issues or take medication regularly, consult your doctor before adding significant amounts of turmeric to your diet, just to be safe. 2. Bitter melon. Bitter melon, also known as bitter gourd or Momordica carantia, is a tropical vine that grows in various parts of the world and produces an edible fruit. It's known for its health benefits and is used in traditional medicine, especially in Asia, Africa, and South America. It may also help improve kidney health. Bitter melon is rich in antioxidants such as vitamin C, vitamin A, zeaxanthin, and lutein. These antioxidants help combat oxidative stress and reduce inflammation in the body, including in the kidneys. Oxidative stress plays a significant role in many kidney diseases, so by reducing it, bitter melon can help maintain healthy kidney function. One of the well-known benefits of bitter melon is its ability to regulate blood sugar levels. It contains compounds like charentin, vicin, and an insulin-like peptide that can help manage blood sugar. High blood sugar levels can damage blood vessels in the kidneys over time, leading to diabetic nephropathy and kidney damage. By helping manage blood sugar, bitter melon can indirectly protect the kidneys from diabetes-related damage. Bitter melon also has anti-inflammatory properties that can be beneficial in reducing kidney inflammation and potentially slowing the progression of certain kidney diseases. Chronic kidney disease and other kidney-related issues often involve inflammation, so managing it is crucial for preventing and treating kidney damage. Another risk factor for kidney disease is high cholesterol. Bitter melon can help lower bad cholesterol levels, LDL, and increase good cholesterol levels, HDL. By improving cholesterol profiles, it can prevent the buildup of fats and other substances in and around the kidney cells, which can lead to kidney damage over time. Bitter melon acts as a natural diuretic, helping the body excrete excess sodium and water through urine. This effect can relieve the kidneys by reducing their workload and preventing water retention, which is a common issue for patients with kidney diseases. Obesity is also a known risk factor for developing kidney disease. Since bitter melon is low in calories and high in fiber, it can help with weight management, indirectly benefiting the kidneys by reducing the risk of obesity-related diseases. Despite its many potential benefits, it's important to use bitter melon with caution. Consuming it in large amounts can lead to adverse effects due to its strong bioactive compounds. Additionally, individuals with certain medical conditions or those taking specific medications should consult a healthcare provider before incorporating bitter melon into their diet to avoid possible interactions. 3. Flax seeds. Flax seeds may be small, but they pack a big punch when it comes to nutrition. These little seeds are full of nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and lignans, making them a great choice for anyone who wants to keep their kidneys healthy. Omega-3 fatty acids are important because they help fight inflammation. Inflammation can cause damage to your kidneys, so reducing it is a big deal. Flax seeds are especially rich in a type of omega-3 called ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which is very effective at calming inflammation. Why should you care about inflammation in the kidneys? If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidneys are already under a lot of stress, and inflammation can make the situation worse. Eating flax seeds can help ease that inflammation and give your kidneys a break. But flax seeds don't just help your kidneys, they also play a big role in keeping your heart healthy. A healthy heart is important because it works hand in hand with your kidneys. A strong heart ensures smooth blood flow to your kidneys, reducing the risk of further kidney problems. Plus, flax seeds help lower blood pressure, which is great because high blood pressure can worsen kidney issues. Flax seeds offer other heart benefits too. They help lower cholesterol levels and prevent arterial hardening, which keeps your cardiovascular system in good shape. Adding flax seeds to your diet is easy and tasty. Sprinkle them on your cereal, blend them into smoothies, or mix them into yogurt. If you enjoy baking, you can add ground flax seeds to bread, muffins, or cookies for extra health benefits and a nutty flavor. It's important to start slowly when introducing flax seeds to your diet because they are high in fiber. Starting with just a teaspoon a day and gradually increasing the amount can help your body adjust without any discomfort. By adding flax seeds to your diet, you are supporting your kidneys, heart, and overall health. They offer a simple and delicious way to fight inflammation, support heart health, and lower blood pressure, which are all important for taking care of your kidneys. Let's make flax seeds a regular part of our diet for better kidney health. 4. Garlic. Garlic is a powerful ingredient that can greatly benefit your kidney health. You might already have garlic in your kitchen, but its impact on your health is remarkable. One of garlic's key strengths is its ability to fight inflammation. Inflammation can cause swelling and pain in your body, including your kidneys. Garlic acts like a calming force, helping your kidneys heal. It's also full of antioxidants, which are like bodyguards for your kidneys, protecting them from harm. Garlic can also help prevent urinary tract infections, UTIs. A 2015 study found that taking garlic extract reduced the risk of UTIs by 73.8%. This is a significant drop and can really make a difference in kidney health. The magic of garlic comes from a compound called allicin. Allicin is garlic's secret weapon against inflammation and damage. It protects your kidneys by fighting inflammation and guarding against long-term harm. High blood pressure can be tough on your kidneys, making their job more challenging and leading to serious issues. Garlic can help with this too. Research shows that adding garlic to your diet can lower your blood pressure. This gives your kidneys a break and allows them to function better. Incorporating more garlic into your diet is easy and delicious. You can chop it up and add it to sauces, soups, or roast whole cloves and spread them on toast. Cooking garlic also mellows its flavor, making it a versatile addition to many meals. By simply including garlic in your meals, you're not only making your food taste better, but you're also doing a big favor for your kidneys. So next time you're cooking, reach for some garlic. Your kidneys will thank you. 5. Blueberries. Blueberries are small fruits that taste great and have many health benefits, especially for your kidneys. They are full of antioxidants, mainly anthocyanins, which give them their deep blue color. These antioxidants help fight oxidative stress, a harmful condition that can damage your kidneys. By eating blueberries, you provide your body with the tools it needs to fight this stress, which can help slow down or prevent kidney disease from worsening. Blueberries are also great for your heart health, which is essential for keeping your kidneys healthy. A strong heart ensures smooth blood flow throughout your body, including to your kidneys. This helps your kidneys filter out waste and harmful substances more effectively. Another benefit of blueberries is that they can help lower blood pressure. High blood pressure can worsen kidney issues, so eating blueberries regularly can help keep your blood pressure in check and protect your kidneys. Adding blueberries to your daily meals is easy and enjoyable. You can snack on them alone, blend them into smoothies, or use them as a topping for cereals and yogurts. They also go well in salads and desserts, adding both flavor and visual appeal to your dishes. In addition, blueberries may help prevent urinary tract infections, UTIs, which can lead to more severe kidney infections if not treated. The unique compounds in blueberries may stop bacteria from sticking to the walls of your bladder, lowering the risk of UTIs. This is especially beneficial for people with kidney problems as it reduces the chance of further complications. Incorporating blueberries into your diet is a simple but impactful step towards protecting your kidneys and improving your overall health. Even small changes, like eating more blueberries, can make a big difference in your well-being. So enjoy these delicious fruits and give your kidneys the support they need. 5. Watermelon. Watermelon is more than just a refreshing summer treat. It also has great benefits for your kidney health. It's made up of about 92% water and contains nutrients that help keep you hydrated. Staying hydrated is crucial for your kidneys to function properly, as they need enough water to cleanse your blood and keep everything flowing smoothly. Eating watermelon can help keep your kidneys healthy and happy. It's not just the water content that makes watermelon beneficial. It also contains lycopene, an antioxidant responsible for its bright red color. Lycopene is known for its health benefits, such as reducing the risk of certain cancers and heart disease. For your kidneys, antioxidants and lycopene help fight inflammation and reduce the chances of chronic kidney disease by protecting the kidneys from damage. Watermelon has a good balance of potassium, an important nutrient for kidney health. While too much potassium can be a problem for some kidney conditions, watermelon contains a safe amount, helping to regulate fluid balance and blood pressure, which supports healthy kidney function. Adding watermelon to your diet is easy and enjoyable. You can eat it fresh, add it to fruit salads, blend it into smoothies, or even juice it for a refreshing drink. Try adding watermelon to salads or salsas for a mix of sweet and savory flavors. Watermelon can also help reduce muscle soreness and improve recovery after workouts due to its amino acid citrulline. This makes watermelon a fantastic choice for those with chronic kidney disease looking to keep their muscles and overall health in check. 7. Cabbage. Cabbage is a popular green leafy vegetable found in dishes around the world. It's not just delicious, but also good for your health, especially if you want to take care of your kidneys. People with chronic kidney disease need to watch their potassium intake because too much potassium can be harmful. Cabbage is low in potassium, making it a safe and healthy choice for them. When kidneys don't work well, they struggle to remove excess potassium from the blood. Adding cabbage to your meals can help because it's nutritious and keeps potassium levels stable in your body. Cabbage does more than just manage potassium levels. It's packed with antioxidants like vitamin C and sulforaphane. These help protect your body from oxidative stress and reduce inflammation, which is crucial for kidney health since too much stress and inflammation can damage them.